you still run away, break hearts, save the day, restart, be the way so dark, can't you see what's going on? You just lie so long, can't deny you're wrong, feeling I all gone, I just wanna go alone. I'm just trying to prove that I'm the best, I don't do it for the money, for the cause or for the chest. I got way too many people trying to put me through the test, I'm just feeling really good about myself without the rest. What you saying, what you saying, what you feeling? Coming back home slowly. What you saying, what you saying, what you feeling? So baby, let me know how I lost control. Save the day, restart, be the way so dark, can't you see what's going on? You just lie so long, can't deny you're wrong, feeling I all gone, I just wanna go alone. I'm just trying to prove that I'm the best, I don't do it for the money, for the cause or for the chest. I got way too many people trying to put me through the test, I'm just feeling really good about myself without the rest. What you saying, what you saying, what you feeling? Coming back home slowly. What you saying, what you saying, what you feeling? So baby, let me know how I lost control.
When
Caitlyn
is not in this fight yet.
Starting with the Ashe ult, Polybear ulting in. Oh, it's gonna be a fight and a half.
Okay, so they are picking this fight. Um, Clinical's front line is getting very low. Stud is in the side, just waiting. But
Forgot execute
Mordekaiser goes ahead and pulls her in. Not taking it to the Shadow Realm. Unfortunately, Ash and
Tristana
Brand are
flash
still both
away, so
alive.
Tristana's out, but Tristana
Tristana
goes
is
back
gonna
in.
come back in for the Ash for the
And that's
Caitlyn
straight for
kill.
them.
Pressure them a little bit, and this tower is gone. Braum steps way too close, and he's gonna go down.
Yeah.
That's another one for Volibear. The Ash Holder hits
Ash
Urgot,
hits
keeps him out the fight. Tristana is in the back, just doing the damage along with the Ash. They are killing everybody. That's another one for Tristana, one for Ash. Even
Right
Bran gets a kill. But it is melting, and they need to get this pit now if they have any hope of stopping or stealing this.
Oh,
They
Boozy got
weren't
it, but will
unable
they
to
all
do
lose it
either.
here? They all avoid the Seraphine ult. They got the set.
The Ornhorn goes down. They are just trying to disengage, and they're not even trying to fight. They're trying to disengage.
They're just trying to save Mordekaiser.
Mordekaiser is on the Volibear. Volibear does not have the flash. He does not have the ultimate. He is going to go down here. The only people who have the Baron still are going to get out of the situation now. Ari goes in, misses the charm, hits the Q, goes in, charm lands this time, gets Mordekaiser. Sorry, Volibear is pulled in. Seraphine set. They're dead. Ornhorn goes down. Doesn't matter. No one is getting knocked up. Orn is picked off next by the Ari.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to LXC League Night. I'm Astroglider, and I'm joined by this lovely picture to my right, Lala Land. How you doing, Lala?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Astra? How are you doing?
Still just recovering from my amazing weekend of fishing. Ready to see some action this evening, and ready to troll our producer, Soulkeeper, as always.
I would like to join you with that trolling. Let's see how far we can make him and go.
I'll see if we can drive him the drink early. How about that? First one that makes him get a drink early. The other person's got to buy him a skin, mystery skin. How about
that? That I don't know if I can take that deal because I know maybe you can take it.
Excellent. Well, this evening, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a interesting matchup here. Battle hard stuck gold, and currently sitting in third place. TD Darkin behind 2 games on their heels in 5th place. Could be a swap this evening if things go Darkin's way, or hard stuck gold could end up putting themselves in the running for 2nd place. Depending what happens, we'll have to see. What are you looking forward to see this evening, Lala?
I'm looking forward to see if since I've been looking at their OPWGs and rosters a bit, I'm hoping to see the Zir get banned out and Graves. There's been a lot of Graves conspiracy around these junglers, and to see if they are willing to pull the big. That's the big jungler. That's for me at least. Is Graves, so that's what I'm looking forward to.
Well, you're Graves main, so of course you want to see Graves action. Me being just a lonely snake lady over here, I never get to see my mid played, so I'm always sad about that.
One day, someone will come.
We do have an interesting bit of looks like a lane swap this evening. I'm going to see 2 people that I would expect to see in different lanes playing completely differently than I would expect to see them. So we'll have to wait and see how that is going to play out. What do you know about these players, Lala?
Heartstuck Gold. They're from a league that we used to be in, or we used to be in, quote unquote. But I know that they're pretty solid sometimes. I've heard kind of coin flippy, and I heard TDD is it's on there. I think if I remember correctly, TDD is the only players that have been playing a lot of Viego, and it hasn't been working out for them. So let's see if they will pick Viego again, make it work against Heartstar Gold.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It looks like we are getting ready to set up for draft. What are we expecting to see banned out from both of these teams? Are we going to be seeing Kaisa this evening, or do you think she's going to be banned out?
If I think if Heartstar Go does their homework and is afraid of a tier list, they would ban Kaisa for King VV. But I don't think Kaisa's gonna get banned. I think more or less we're gonna see a lot of targeting towards maybe maybe top lane because Bean's only been playing Set, Mordekaiser, the single target, these heavy team fights for them. Maybe they ban Viego for Jesus Juice because he's been only playing Viego recently for most of his games. That's why I'm thinking that's gonna lead into these first three bans. Maybe support bans for Serpub. Get that Nautilus out. Nautilus is still the main contender for these leagues that it's really high up there right now. So
Nautilus does have a high win rate. He's been played to great effect, especially combined with the Samira. Judging from tonight, I hate to say this about Hearthstone Gold. I love them. I've played many games against them. They're kind of playing interesting roles this evening. They've got players playing off roles. They've got players playing tertiary roles instead of their main roles. And then I have a lot of love for Oni in the jungle, and not seeing Oni coming out of the jungle makes me sad for them. But Scarlet is supposed to be a extremely active jungle, so I'm hoping to see Scarlet Q come out and show us maybe some Ivern, maybe some Graves if Ivern doesn't get banned out, but I do expect Ivern to get banned, and sure enough, here we go. Bans coming out. Kaisa is going to be banned. The Ivern is banned out. Susan getting a ban. I don't know if they've done their homework on Hook Play Prey, but he likes to play his Rammus top. Surprised that got let go. And then of course we're seeing the Azir, the Kanye, and the Mordekaiser banned out. Does look like the Graves that you were talking about is going to be the first pick for Hard Stuck Gold. I'm imagining, since Hook is playing top this evening, that will be a Jungle Graves. And again, good call. The Viego is going to be the counter play to the Graves. I imagine this Viego is going to be in the jungle. I'm not expecting anything spicy mid, are you?
I don't know because I didn't really dig too hard, but Heartstar Gold's mid laner it's elusive, right? I haven't seen the roster change, but if it is still elusive, then I would imagine elusive's gonna be playing in ADC mid. Maybe we might see an Aphelios, a Vayne, depending on the matchups here.
Yeah, so it looks like elusive has been swapped back to ADC for this evening, and Lord Wrath will actually be playing mid. Usually we see Wrath in the top lane playing the Urgots or the Mordekaiser or the Mundo. Instead, he's going to be the mid lane. And interestingly enough, Heartstock Gold banned the Mordekaiser. So Wrath will not be playing that. Although we could still see an Urgot mid. That's a little bit of a stretch. I've not seen an Urgot mid in quite some time. We do see the Aphelios being picked up by Heartstock Gold, by Elusive Hunter. There are other ADC I know. Brain Crane plays a lot of Aphelios as well, so this kind of fits into their usual comp. Although I don't think I've ever seen Elusive Hunter on this particular ADC. We also see the Thresh coming out. Kind of surprised on that one. I would have thought with the Misfortune they would have gone for the Nautilus, so they have the ultimate to stop her bullet time, but am seeing the Thresh coming out with that Aphelios.
Yeah, I mean, so Elusive Hunter. One of the things that if you ever look at his OPWG or ever heard of him anywhere, he's actually the only person I've seen play Aphelios, most likely in any Gold leagues, and he has a really high proficiency on this. Either he can go turbo. This could be the turbo ending game, 20 minutes, Aphelios on item back to back, or this could be more of that slower pacing scaling ADC there. And we do see TD Darkin hovering in Orin ban here. Actually a very good ban. Orin's just a great scaling champion. 14 level 14, that's around like 20 to 30 minutes. Gets upgrades, it just helps everything out here. We do see Heartstart banning Victor here for the side of them, for their mid laner. It's a very odd ban to ban Victor in a sense for their comp wise, but I we gotta see the vision, right? See the vision. So maybe we'll see what they've been cooking. TD maybe be cooking a Victor up here. We do see a Kled ban here for Lord Wrath here, so he won't be able to be playing his signature pick at all of Kled. TD Darkin actually banning one of the one tricks, which is a very good thing to have here. And then we see Aso banned. Oh, that's a very interesting ban out here for Heartstart Gold. They've probably been doing their homework and banning the champions that they see Hyper Mist has been playing. Fear and Mist. What do you think, Prep?
Well, the Victor ban makes sense if Lord Wrath has been switching in the mid, and he's going to want to play something a little bit more up close. Although seeing the Malzahar pick or the Sendra pick come out, that would be detriment. But it does look like they're kind of hovering here. I would expect them to probably put Wrath on something safe where he can farm. The Malzahar does make a lot of sense here. Unfortunately, it also gives Silas an extremely good ultimate early on to kind of target and pick on. But after that, the slim pickings for Silas here. The Aphelios isn't really going to do much for him. The Graves ult is meh for him, and the Thresh. So the Malzahar, it is a safe pick, and you play the first strike version with the Future Market Tech. You push your lane, you push your lane, you push your lane, you get your teleport back, and you bring your last chapter back early. So you kind of stay safe and you can just farm back. So I like the Mundo pickup here as well. Gives them some beef in the front line. And looking at TDD's roster, they don't really have a lot of options to deal with this Mundo later on we get in this game. So we'll have to see how they play on that. And of course, they looks like they counter back and pick up the set. So what do you think of the top matchup, a Mundo versus a set?
So Mundo versus Set, this is highly favorable early for Mundo, just because Set needs either proc that passive. And with Mundo passive available, he just gets basically more health regeneration than you ever think it is because of that. And plus he's spell shielded regardless, so this is gonna be a hard matchup to even do 1v2 Mundo, right? Mundo's probably maxing E in this lane, and all we're gonna see him just farm till 6. And we're gonna see that's pretty much the matchup there. It's heavily favored into Mundo. Mundo can just play safe, Mundo can play aggressive. This is just here and there the bounce backs. What do you think about this bot lane matchup though? Aphelios Thresh versus MF Leo.
I would have liked to have seen the Nautilus opposed to the Thresh. I think in this particular matchup, time and time again, we've seen the Leona Thresh matchup by its in and of itself. And if Thresh misses the hook on Misfortune, Leona wants to be up close anyways. And so then the stun comes out and then Misfortune combos. So MF is going to have a field day here. Later on in the team fights, they'll have the Mundo, and the Mundo's not going to care to run it down. But in the interim, how do you deal with this MF? How do you get to her with all the tools that she's going to have available to her? That's kind of the conundrum that's going to be down bottom. I would expect this Graves to come early to try to set the tone for the Aphelios and the Thresh to give the Aphelios the lead he needs. But I fear Viego is also going to be down there as well. And I think Viego kind of wins that out early. But you're the Viego expert, so you tell me what's going to happen there.
So for this matchup here, for Graves versus for this matchup, Viego at least doesn't really win pre-6. This is the scary thing about Graves, right? Graves has if he goes Fleet instead of Dark Harvest, Viego is actually Graves will actually win the trade regardless here because Viego's damage output is actually weaker than Graves, and Graves has the kiting ability to dodge all Viego's stuff. So this 3v3 bot that we're gonna see if Graves comes early. I think Darkin's draft is better to fight this 2v3 or 3v3, just because they have more of a they want to just to fight, right? You see how Hearthstone go, they want to kite a little bit more with Thresh, with Graves, they can't just go. With Viego and them, they want to go, so they'll at least kill one. But if the fight extends out for a little bit, maybe more than 10 seconds here, I think Hearthstone Go pretty much takes that fight of 3v3s.
Well, predictions should be coming out here momentarily and going live if they have not already gone out here. Remember, predictions are now 5 minutes instead of 3. So be sure to spend your points wisely. I know Soulkeeper won't be spending his points until I spend mine first, because he knows that I'm coming for that overall league in the points battle. So predictions are now live. I believe also as well, continuing on from yesterday's game, unless I'm mistaken, if I work a movie quote into a fight, you will get 200 LXE cash if you can guess the movie that movie quote is from. So we will continue with that from yesterday and see if we can get some more folks there to guess some of the movies from some of the movie quotes I will be throwing out during this particular cast. Outside of that, it should be a great matchup. I think you're right about the current scenario with Hard Stuck Gold versus TDD. But again, how are you going to deal with this Mundo late if it can scale to that area and realm of the game? If we get past 30 minutes, I think Hard Stuck Gold is in a good position. They just need to ride out the ganks that are going to be coming from bot and from mid and stay safe.
I do agree. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we will go ahead and take a break, and we will see you in a few minutes on the Rift.
All right. See you in a bit.
Welcome back, guys. Game 1 LXC. Here we go. TDD versus Hard Stuck Gold. Just seeing a standard 5-point setup. Koala not really seeing anything crazy on the invade side here. So in the bottom left-hand side of our screen, guys, you will once again see our sponsor. Funnily enough, I'm joined tonight by my former coach. Coachify GG is a new platform for esport coaches to track their students and grow their business with 0 commissions and free to join. It's a perfect tool for coaches who want to level up. And, La La Land, Koala over here, he might be an excellent candidate for Coachify, since he did coach me last season, and I appreciated his efforts.
Oh yeah. This is actually a very interesting first layout of just the team for Heartstone Gold, having Thresh not invading level 1. That is a very patient thing to see. We do see both junglers start top side here. So let's see if they're both looking to push bot lane ganks here. Let's see if they're willing to skirmish this early. I know Graves, either you have an option of just full clearing, so does Viego, or they can just skirmish early for their buffs. We see a really big trade of MFQ timing there. That's a perfect Q from this MF, and hitting Elusive Hunter right there. Their Philios is going to do so much damage early. Yeah, oh. We're seeing just the normal things that happen. Level 1 shenanigans. We see level 2 go for TD Darkin here first. Leo stepping up here, denying this Aphelios EXP and gold. We see the Malzar Lord Rav just poking out the Silas here. Silas does not win this till level 3 at least.
Yeah, but you see the Viego posturing and moving himself in a position of middle to try to get at this Malzahar. The Silas is going to land the stun. Viego is going to come around, and that is going to blow the Flash of Wrath. But Viego's kind of given away his position. He might hold here and try to regank, although he is spotted. He does flash and get the stun out. The follow-up stun from the Silas will land. First blood going over to the Viego. This is kind of what we talked about. The Malzahar wants to push and get saved. The Viego capitalized on it after getting the flash and came right back for a regank.
That's double takes are pretty awesome here. And we do see both junglers on the bot side here for the Scuttle Crab.
Graves is going in. They are trying to pull ahead. The Leona is going to land the stun into the wall. Thresh is going to miss the Q. Meanwhile, MF is laying down damage. Viego going to try to stay high as well, but they are going to stay nice and safe on that side. Graves took a little bit of damage there, more than he wanted to on his way out. And unfortunately, I believe that will probably cost him at least one scuttle. He knows it, so he's going to immediately run around on the other side. Try to at least get the second scuttle, knowing full well that Viego needs to go in on his clear for bot side. So I would expect a push here and a reset. These guys are not going to want to stay here bottom, else they're going to be susceptible to Viego coming right back to gank them as well. So I would expect a push and then probably a reset here.
I do expect that for a hard stuck gold spot lane here. We do see just Malzar forcefully shoving this lane against Silas, and that's just how that lane goes. And that'll be it. We do hopefully see a reset here. Okay, hard stuck gold spot lane is resetting. We are seeing these buys coming out here. We'll see what Aphelios buys, and he buys shoes, dagger, and a longsword. I'm wondering if Philios, if he could have bought 2 longswords instead of buying his shoes here, but maybe he didn't have enough gold for it and he decided to play the safer thing. Maybe he would have bought shoes too, tier 2 maybe, but it's really 30 CS, it's not close enough for that. And we do see a fight here coming out here for the set and the Mundo. BNMG hitting the great haymaker, but nothing will be able to happen here in Mundo.
Just a little posturing, just a little say hello. I'm here. I just want to tell you hi. Interestingly enough, Malzahar has opted for the Arcane Comet and not the first strike futures market tech build with Malzahar. Not certain how I feel about that, honestly. Especially because you get ganked early, it's going to delay you on the lost chapter. You're going to be a little bit more susceptible to the ganks, I believe, because you're going to have to push yourself out into the mid, and this is going to allow for Viego and the Silas to kind of capitalize on it. So we'll have to see if that comes back to haunt them here during laning phase again, if they're going to come back and try again to land and set up that particular gank.
And we do see on the Viego side here, Viego's. Oh, we see the big tree happen. Oh, the level 6 coming up for the set. The both ultis popped here, and Set will take the the second blood of the game here.
Meanwhile, down bot, the action continues. Leona does land the stun, turns around, gets the Thresh, is burning, is ticking, but he might live. Graves is showing up. Aphelios does get the root on the Viego. However, the Graves will walk through directly into Leona. I'm not certain he wanted to do that and understood that. And unfortunately, it is going to cost him his life. A little bit of an interesting misplay, I think, down there, but I'm not certain I would agree with that one there, Mr. Graves.
That is an 0-2 for Heartstuck Gold, 2-0 for TD Darkin. That's a very excellently played there. And we do see Graves buying into so we're going to see lethality Graves here. We're not going to see the Triforce build that's been running rampant around everywhere recently. So we're going to see the standard Graves. This could be Eclipse, Dark Harvest, or even Ghostblade. Viego is going to go into Kraken Slayer instead of Triforce. So we're going to see a little bit squishier Viego, but we're going to see a ton of damage coming out for this. And we see MF going lethality, of course, with the first strike. We do see Heartstuck Gold's balling here, pushing for plates. That's what Aphelios is known for with white-red. That heavy, you know, those are the fight guns, and he didn't have them when they were fighting. So this is a very struggle-worthy lane right there. We see Set posturing up. Oh, the gank from
Here comes Raz. He's coming to say hi. He lands the silence. However, he's not going to land the ultimate. And the follow-up Q from the Mundo on the briefcase is going to miss. However, Graves is waiting right there to say hi, dedicating 3 top, but unable to get anything onto the set to finish off. However, maybe they start Herald here, knowing that the set can't there and the Silas is still pushing. Does look like they've opted to start the Herald. Silas is posturing to come take a look just to check, but yes, Herald has been started, and it looks like they're conceding this and setting up around Dragon, it looks like. To come around here and take that and at least trade first Dragon for Herald. It looks like that is what TD is going to do.
Will Heartstuck Gold contest this? They see it starting. 3-man rotate, 4-man rotate. Heartstuck Gold concedes Dragon? Are they?
I think they're going to be late. They're not going to make it in time. They're going to have to. Yeah, they're going to concede this. Wrath is walking way too forward. He is going to land his ultimate. He is going to eat the bullet time, however, and the follow-up damage is going to kill him. Meanwhile, Aphelios going to town. Hook lands on the Silas. However, he does not want to be here. Graves is already dead. Aphelios does get the return kill on the Leona and will take the Thresh hook. The chase continues. Thresh is going to lose his life maybe to keep the Aphelios alive. The reset's coming out, though. The stun does land, but the Silas is not done. He is going to chase Elusive Hunter down. He is going to finish him off. And a little bit of a misplay, I think, on that side. I don't think Wrath needed to step up. Dragon was already taken, and they trade, unfortunately, 4-1 on that one. Not certain that's worth it. That does now give them 3K gold lead, 7-1, and we are not yet to 10 minutes there. So, what are you thinking there, Lala? You think that you should have even peeked at that Dragon?
I think that's a big misplay coming out of Lord Wrath there. Maybe they were looking just for 1, but 4 postured there. The MF ult just shredded the Graves with the Malzahar. That fight was very terrible there. It was just a very bad fight. But I do like how they try to make a comeback with the Aphelios, Elusive Hunter dropping his ultimate, everything. They're trying to lay out something, but Aphelios doesn't have any items yet, so it's very rough right there. for them to have that comeback feature right now.
Now you have a situation where Herald is being dropped mid, to at least secure maybe another plate or two, but I don't think they'll get much more off it. Down bot, MF has already completed her first item. She has opted for Ghostblade, and Aphelios is only on Quiver and Boots. So a little bit of a disadvantage there for Aphelios. Unfortunately, the MF is 4-0, and I would expect them to try to bully this now and push for a quick fight, knowing that they can really punish this Aphelios in this Thresh 2v2 at the moment.
Yeah, we do want to keep notes. Silas does have Malzar ulti here, so they want to look for a gank here once again. We do see them going in.
We do see the ultimate. The Silas does land. The Viego does not get his combo off initially, but the flash will secure the kill on the Malzahar. Bless your heart, Lord Wrath. We were just talking about it. You should have known that the ultimate was taken, but unfortunately, Wrath is more known as a top player, so play mid, a little bit of a difference. Here we go with some posturing. The Viego coming right in with the Mundo, gonna land the stun. The set ult is going to drive him back. Mundo is going to flash. Here comes the Graves. Here comes the teleport from Malzahar. The chase is on. Graves is trying to shoot. Mundo's now back in the fight. Malzahar is going to silence the set, and the damage is enough to kill the set from the Malzahar. So just talking about it, Rav does come back to get some revenge, not at least on the Silas or the Viego, but does extract his revenge on the set. Maybe that's just the top mentality in him. He's going to pick on the top laner. Meanwhile, bot Aphelios has kind of been poked out by the MF. We do see the Graves trying to stop the reset on the Silas to at least get maybe a little bit more damage on this tower. So, interestingly enough, the reset will come in. The Malzahar is going to push and maybe get one more plate here. The Thresh did see that Leona, but unable to connect with the hook.
What a bold hook from Serpub right there. That was a very bold hook. We do
Even
see,
if he lands it, what were you gonna accomplish?
It would have been a little bit of a clash. We do see items completed on both sides here. We do see Leandre's finish for Malzar here. That's a very good pickup. Now that just means big damage on Ease. We do see Everfrost complete on Silas, and then we do see Kraken Slayer plus Steel Plate Caps. I was gonna call it Ninja Tabbies. Is finished on Viego here too. So there's really big power item spikes on the side of TD Darkin. Jungle, mid are in their abilities to pick and go rotate now. We do see just more posturing top. Seeing Set just run up and just haymaker walk away. Amazing.
He does walk away, and he is trying to keep the poor Canyon minion safe. He does land another haymaker there. He is going to push this into the tower. So he was making sure that cannon got escorted all the way up. But now Graves has been spotted and pinged out, and the Silas is now rotating in. Mundo is going to have to wait and either try to push to get position for the Herald. Meanwhile, bot is already in. Leon is already in position on this dragon. So it'll be interesting to see after what happened last time. Are we going to see them rotate and try to contest, even though Graves is not in position right now, and this will be a 4v3 if they try anything. So Dragon is started out. TD does have the superior position. They've got the numbers. It does look like they are going to concede this. Silas is just going to take the ultimate just for giggles, and of course the Dragon is taken. So Graves did not start Herald because Mundo backed. So this does mean if they so choose to, they can now rotate directly to Herald and contest it and push them outright. And it does look they've opted to do that. They are pushing forward together now, and Mundo is already being kind of pushed away. So it does look like TDD is already try to put themselves in position here. They have the big power spike. They've got the lead, and they're going to try to bully around and get the Herald. But no, looks like they're going to wait here for Viego and just stay mid. So a little bit of an interesting there. Looks like they were going to do Herald, and then Viego backed.
That's a very interesting sequence. Viego went to go clear top side with a big fight happening here. Set dropping the big ult, missing it and everything. They're still continuing to fight. Mundo is not afraid. Pops ulti, and they're just gonna posture back up. The hook lands!
The hook does land this time. The stun follow-up from Aphelios. The damage coming out from the purple and green guns is not nearly as scary of an option there, but does able to land some damage and get some poke damage on here. Meanwhile, Silas is still got the Malzahar ult. If he wants to flash ult it is available to him. I'm surprised he didn't take it. Even with the Viego coming, the Viego is now waiting in the lings. Here comes the ultimate, the Viego follow-up, and Erath, I believe your body is writing checks. Your ego can't cast, sir. You need to you need to lay off the sauce. That is your first movie quote of the day, and we will see if anybody knows that particular movie outside of Soulkeeper.
This is looking very rough for Lord Rap. 3 of his deaths have been just this Viego coming mid over and over with Silas combined ulti, and this is just having the roughest day ever for Lord Rappy in this mid lane. We do see second item completed here for MF having Collector. They're looking just to poke out here. That's very good. We do see Eclipse finish on Graves, so we're going to see the variation of Eclipse rather than Dustblade or even Ghostblade. So he's playing for more of that. We see a big trade happening here. Set gonna...
Oh, the Mundo flashes. The Set is splashing after. The Mundo turns around after the fact, and the Set says, thank you for turning back around there. So a little bit of a misplay. If he had used his flash to avoid the Haymaker, he would have secured the kill. Unfortunately, he ate the Haymaker and flashed afterwards. Meanwhile, Leona in the mid. Thresh does miss his hook. The Thresh will land his ultimate and then walk away. The Viego is on top and in position, ready to go. He's going to drop Herald immediately. We will see Shelly here start taking damage. It'll be interesting to see if MF is going to try to push this to get the Shelly in. She does elect to do the bullet timer to try to clear the wave out and get Shelly to at least rebound and take the tower. The Graves is caught out and is going to be killed and collected here. Meanwhile, Viego is coming in, dashing through with the reset, gonna land the Thresh hook, and then run away. He does get the double kill. Meanwhile, the Leona is just going through into their tier 3 tower to say hello. Shelly gonna collect another hit, and wow. Big whoopsies from Hard Stuck Gold there, allowing TDD to not only get 1 tower, but collect 2, on top of securing a double kill for the Viego. And then now the Viego has his second item done, and it is the Trinity Force that we were talking about previously.
This is looking very rough on the side of Heartstock Gold, losing 2 towers, 2.5 technically. The Shelly, that's the biggest Shelly rostering. Still top with the Shelly effort right there. And we just see them trade back and forth. Set's going to be winning these trades now due to just having Strikebreaker and then plus W. W is just a great mechanic here. We do see Mundo ulti on Silas, so are we gonna see Silas run it down?
Run it down with the Malzahar. It's even with the Malzahar having the ult, it's possible. Set again is trading with Hook, Fillet, and Prey. He is gonna ultimate through the tower. He is gonna finish him off. Graves is here, but I don't think Graves wants this fight. Graves does not want to be here. He says, "Nope, I'm gonna slide away, and you can have your way out my jungle, sir." So unfortunately, Hook, Play, Prey put on an island there, and just he cannot be taking these trades anymore with the Set. He just doesn't have the damage output to play with that, nor does he have the tank in place to play with that yet. We will see Ward Wrath walk in. Unfortunately for him, Silas was waiting for him with Viego, and that'll cost him his life. Meanwhile, Bullet Time is coming out. Aphelios is in deep trouble. Aphelios is going to get collected by the MF. The Leona is still walking away. The Thresh Hook will get him back in a position. Now the Leona's on the run. He does land his Q to stun. Oh my goodness, and Leona is going to walk away. Viego showed up. Silas is showing up. Leona lives. Oh my god, the Set is here. The Set teleports in, kills the Thresh. Leona is going to get away. I need to see how much life he's got left. Now Mundo is being run down. Set is here. Silas is here. On top, Viego stun. Gonna follow up. Mundo has been claimed by the set. And oh my goodness, just things falling apart for Heartstuck Gold right now. TDD is just putting on a display of mass destruction. Baron has been started. We are 20 minutes and 30 seconds into this game, and I'm seeing a Baron and a 17-2 game. What is going on?
Oh, the sequence of events. Oh, we do see Grave step up. Right, but was it really worth it?
I'm not certain that was worth that at all. Graves does secure a kill. However, his life is taken in the process, and Baron is still on the side of TDD. Things are looking pretty grim here for Heartstuck Gold. We are expecting to see a Mundo scale up. Instead, we are just seeing an outright beatdown at this point. 18-3, 10K gold lead, 21 minutes in. Baron is now claimed by TDD, and towers are going to start falling really quick. So this gold lead is actually going to get worse. So we do see kind of just posturing here. Maybe we'll see something here in a second. Down bottom, the pings are out. Looks like they are gonna start heading down here bottom. As a team, we do see Aphelios with the Thresh there, with the Graves to do his buff. However, tower is going to be claimed, at least for the time being. No lives are lost. Graves walking very precariously in a bad spot. The ultimate does come down and misses. However, Leona misses the follow-up stun. Silas looked like he was going to go for a second, but wisely decides I don't want to go in by myself with Set and Viego not here, and they walk away.
What an interesting just little skirmishes here we're seeing. The weird thing I just want to point out is Graves is building to a GA second. And that's a very odd way to take that. That's usually the third or fourth item, but taking this early could mean just for extra survivability. We do see Bork finished here for the side of Viego. Shadow Flame already finished for Silas here. That's a very interesting pickup here because Shadow Flame is more HP there. Do we see a pick here? Viego gets the
Viego
W.
does spot out the Malzahar ult will land on the Viego. He is still tanking that. The follow-up from Leona does not happen. They are still happy to have the Silas pushing bot lane uncontested and the set up top as well. So they are opting to do a 3-1-1, though Viego will gladly take the ultimates and trade for a tower there. What looks like will be 2 towers here in a second. The set and the Mundo are just going back and forth, but we already know what's going to happen here. Silas does take the ultimate, does put the ultimate immediately to use on the Malzahar. And again, we talked about this before. That's unfortunately Silas's only real target for a good ultimate is that.
Oh yeah, the only ultimate that he's been using here, other than the Mundo
ultimate. The set does splash forward. He does manage. Haymaker should come out here in a second, but the does miss. Mundo knows it now. Hook Flay Play is trying to chase the set down, knowing that his cooldown is up, and I don't think he's going to get to him in time. He does land a briefcase. He does say hello. He does claim to get the shutdown onto the set.
That is a very slow mountain they're gonna climb up now. Giving it to Mundo here, he could start building these tank items and could be frontlining for his team, but I think TD Darkin is a little too ahead for him right now. But this is a start. This is a start.
It's a 13K gold lead, 24 minutes into the game. Third dragon and fourth dragon forthcoming here momentarily. It is not impossible, but it is a tall task.
We do see MF finish the third item, Cerulio's Grudge. This is a very scary MF. This is just a pop feature. If you're anywhere near her at all, the cube connecting to you, you could just be one and done right there. We do see Aphelios not opting into Gale Force. This is a very interesting one to go IE instead of Gale Force. More damage over the dash and survivability for that. That's a very different one. I do like the tech though here. I think in Elusive Hunter's mind, he's just looking just to lay down more damage here. We do see components for Silas for Hourglass, Set trying to build more tankier here. They're looking for a top side up here for TD Darkin. Are we going to see anything at all? They're just running
They're just
through.
roaming. They're just wolf packing. See if they can find anything. I think they did get spotted there momentarily when they crossed over the lane. So the Graves did see that they were coming and able to get around in time there. It is a Cloud Soul, which it does give them some crazy move speeds here, and I'm not certain they want to be chasing Set, and instead just kind of here bunker up. So correct call here, bunker down, don't push ahead, don't get yourself caught out, and try to fight your way back into this game. I mean, it's a 13K gold lead, 25 minutes in. It's gonna be rough going here. So they just need to hold. Don't bend, don't break. Don't let anything through on the inner base side, and just kind of ride this out. Let Mundo scale, let Ophelia scale, and see if they can rein this game in the later stages. So we'll have to kind of see if they can play around that. Meanwhile, TDD not extending themselves, not putting themselves in really bad spots, and just kind of constricting these lanes and kind of trying to suffocate them out.
So Astro, what do you think? The Baron spawns in 10 seconds, right? Heartstock Gold either need to give this and sacrifice at least two of the three sides they're protecting here, or they could test here. This is a game changing, or this could be the game changer because Baron is gonna be the one thing that does cause them to get siege in. Heartstock Gold, I believe they cannot last one more
They
season.
can't. Well, unfortunately for them, they had 3 people bought, so they weren't even posturing. So they're going to have to concede this, and even worse, they have to give up. They're going to have to give up a mid. They're going to have to give up at least 1 inhib with the siege, maybe 2, and it's going to put them in a bad spot if they try to take a fight now with Baron up, because they can be ended really quick. So we do see the Silas now chasing the Malzahar. It does look like he grabbed his ult, and he's going to just kind of walk back in the lane and continue on. So Malzahar, once again, his ult is claimed by the Silas, and the siege is going to start here in the mid side. So Chert went down pretty quick. They just need to keep this MF safe. Vivi's got more than enough to damage if anybody gets close. That with the collector and a little bit of help, she will collect somebody, especially the Graves, the Malzahar, or the Aphelios, and probably even the Thresh at this point, is not safe just from her combo alone. They are constricting, though. They're not pushing. They're not bending. They're just kind of like going a little bit forward. They know they have the big lead, and they're just kind of suffocating. So smart play from them, and this is kind of what you want to see.
This is a very slow pace here. Set looking to start a fight, start the rumble. They drop the Leona out there. The Moonlight.
Here they come. The Leona is going to land on top. The Mundo is going to be claimed. The Set ult into 3, along with the Haymaker, is going to finish off. It does look like the Collector is going to claim that from the MF. And then the Silas ultimate on top of the Malzahar. The Graves is the only one left standing. However, the Viego is chasing him, but unfortunately isn't able to claim. But it is just looking grim here. Graves is going to be alone versus the world here. Last tower coming down. They are just going to jump on top of this Graves, finish him off. Game 1 in the book. 28 minutes. Pretty big statement game.
That was
TDD.
a very big game right there. Good plays from both sides. TD Darkin, they took it early and they took advantage of Lord Wrath picking Malzar. You don't have much escapes. They just chain gank, and that's pretty much just the how it goes.
Yeah, we talked about it early on. Lord Wrath playing out of position, playing a champ that I don't usually see associated with him, and worse, not playing to a safe Malzahar build. Take the first strike, you take the futures market, you get the early loss chapter, you push out to collect your farm, you stay safe in your lane. Instead, he chose the Arcane Comet, more of the harass build, stayed in the middle of his lane, and just got punished from the Viego there several times for doing so. So, I mean, kind of mistakes you're going to make when you're not really a mid main and you don't have a lot of practice on some of these champions. So, to Lord Wrath's credit, usually typically see him playing, top, and having a sub mid kind of putting him in an awkward spot where it's not a position and kind of that he knows as well. And then his champ pool is also restricted. So I'd like to see him play something more to his strength, like a Mordekaiser in that mid spot. I was kind of curious why they banned the Mordekaiser, knowing that he could play mid. So I kind of want to see them kind of change that around, put him on something at least more comfortable or something more safer, or give him more support. Yeah, give your mid more support and gank mid more often. Love the sound of that one. Although somebody in our producer chair will probably say, never do that.
I say Gakebot, but more or less, I do actually think what I think I want to see from Hearthstone Gold and Lord Wrath. I think we should just let Lord Wrath play top lanes mid, play what he's really comfortable. He knows these sort of matchups; they're just squishier, right? I think we just let Lord Wrath play what he's comfortable with, and let's see him roll out. Let's see him, clash it out. That's why I think they banned Clyde, because they knew that Clyde can just go mid against them, and they couldn't really do much there. I'm willing to place I'm willing to bet my points of the channel for LXC. I think Lord Wrath is going to play a top lane mid, and he's gonna have a fun day with it rather than playing something he doesn't have much knowledge in.
I could see maybe the Urgot being played mid if it get lets through. I can see the Kled if it got let through. I can see the Mordekaiser. I think you're right. I think putting him in a position where he's going to be more comfortable with a champion and just playing more out of lane rather than playing out of lane and playing at a disadvantage on a champion where you might not have some of the knowledge and some of the builds and some of the coaching really to play some of those builds. I mean, it was you that introduced me to the concept of the Malzahar future market tech strategy to stay safer in lane. So not having that knowledge, yeah, I think it does put him at a bit of a disadvantage there. And then from Hook Flay Prey, I'm not used to seeing him play the Mundo. I don't know if he's been practicing that. I'm used to seeing him play the Ramus, the Nasus, which obviously got banned from him. But I'm used to him playing that type. So Mundo is a tank, is a big beefy tank, but seeing him try to trade early with it is not something I'm used to seeing from Hook. So that was interesting to see. I mean, Serpup is always, he plays a Thresh, he plays a Nautilus. I still say the Nautilus was the better pick there, simply to try to deal with the MF. They had no way to stop the MF ult, and I mean, she got 3 kills early. The Lord Wrath mistake at the Dragon, so she got a 4th kill there. So she was kind of 4-0, 6 minutes into the game, and really at that point, Bot was just at a complete disadvantage and couldn't really do anything the rest of the game. So need to see them play a little bit more with comfort picks and play a little bit safer or get some more help from Scarlet early on for Wrath. But tell me about TDD. What did you like from TDD side?
I think I like TDD. They're playing for, well, they gave the person that has been doing on and off with Viego, Jesus Juice, his Viego. So just giving that guy a comfort pick right there. I think that was amazing of their draft right there to pick. I think giving Bean not a giving Bean comfort pick too, knowing that he's been playing a lot of Set, Mordekaiser, and all those things, just to give him that as a last pick against Mundo. It's just great that he got the counter pick there for himself. TDD's balling, they played it very well actually, knowing that Threshophilios can just pop it instantly any moment, but they were very patient with it. They actually won their lane early, got level 2, pushed them out. It was just a very good plays from TDD all over around during this, because it was just their early game, their mid game, even their late game. From there on out, they were always on. They were on the same page of what they wanted to do and what they were leading towards, and that's what TDD was really what I was looking was what I was seeing from what I was all of that. What about you, Prep?
Well, I mean, TDD, I thought their picks were consistent with their play. They got pretty much the comfort pick on the Viego, putting Vivi on the MF along with the Leona bot. They had great setup across the board for Viego. He had basically CC every which lane he went. So that's kind of what you want to see. I don't think they're going to allow this Viego back onto the board. I do expect them to ban this Viego this time around and not let it impact the game, or at the very least have more options to deal with it this time around, because it just got to a point where it's too difficult for them to deal with.
Yeah, this Viego pick, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. This more Viegos, please, more Viegos.
Of course, you want more Viego. You like to play the Viego all the time.
I just think Viego is just a good jungler. I think Viego deserves the spotlight because Graves is never gonna come back to competitive. What we saw today, a Graves versus Viego, which is like it's the best matchup to watch because it's everyone trying to slugfest early, and that's what I like most about junglers, rather than tank up, fight a fight at 6, and have no fun. You know.
Does look like they are getting ready for the draft here, so there'll be no break initially here. We will do our break after draft as we get ready for game 2. Remember, this is just a 2-game. There is no best of 3. However, I believe in the playoffs it'll be best of 3 moving forward. And I don't yet know about the decision on the clinical GGG business time, since they're tied for first and second. If their game is going to be a best of 3 series, or if it's just going to be a 1 game to decide who's going to be first place there on that particular division. Oh, okay. So I am being told that it is going to be a single game followed immediately by the winner then playing BBG afterwards. So it does look like that's already been decided, and it will not be a best of 3 last night, which turned out to go all 3 games.
All right.
Did you get a chance to watch the games last night, La La Land, or were you working?
I was sleeping. I got work early in the morning. I will go watch the VOD though. That will be for sure.
Fair enough. All right, looks like the draft is on its way here, and it does look like we will be seeing the MF banned on, interesting enough, TDD's side, and followed by the Azir ban. We've been kind of seeing Azir kind of being played a little bit more at this level since his last 2 round of changes, but Ivern obviously is still going to remain in his ban state. He's just too strong right now. And then the Kanye respect ban on TDD also coming out. Mordekaiser will remain banned. And then kind of looks like Heartstuck Gold has opted to ban the Silas's time instead of the Victor. This does open a door. Kaisa picked immediately. I was shocked that wasn't going to be banned, but it is left and immediately picked out. And Heartstuck Gold now. What are they going to answer with here? I've seen Xayah as an answer. I'm not certain I like Xayah as an answer. It does have the ability to kind of escape with the ultimate, and it does look like we are going to see the lovers pair here with the Xayah and the Rakan.
Okay, that's a very bold pick early. Xayah, it's Xayah, but the spicy pick that you always want to see against Kaisa is Vayne. Vayne's the only other counter to Kaisa that everyone likes. And it has a really good win rate against it too. Let's see what TDD picks here. I'm pretty sure they're going to pick support here, right? Oh, Aurel? Oh, this is looking very interesting. Is the Rel going to get locked in? Okay, the flex pick Rel.
I haven't really seen. Have you seen, ever since her changes? Have you seen her going back into the jungle side, or have you seen her mainly staying in her support role? We do see the answer coming back out immediately with the Victor. So again, you have the Rel Kaisa going in. Victor can then follow up with his damage ultimate and put his little cage down on top and kind of follow up on the Rel. And we'll be able to kind of put a lot of damage in if the Rel could get in there. So we'll have to see here. I mean, I was going to say, are we expecting a Sedge here or something spicier? But it does look like the Sedge is going to be the pick here. I'm not surprised. Sedge fits it in the comp. It kind of is kind of what a lot of people look for in the Rel Kaisa. Go in, okay, that's great. Now the Sedge comes in, dashes in, ults you, and then the passive proc will then restun from the Zaya. So we do see the set band out. I won't be shocked to see the Ornn ban here coming right after, as again, Ornn is extremely strong into a comp like this, and so I would expect to see that Ornn being removed from the table. We do see, again, the Kled being banned out. This is a respect ban to Wrath, who would play at mid if they would only allow him to do so. And then the Viego being the last ban here. So this kind of screams at a certain jungle that you would hate for me to play in this position, but I can see TDD playing it in this position. We do see the Gator ban coming out as well. And so now, what do you do with your Heart Stuck Gold? You just continue on the CC train, you get a Viger mid, and pair it with a beefy top, or would you go something spicy in the mid for Wrath at this point?
Oh, you actually called it. I think I would try to challenge the Victor here. Victor, TDD, they're playing for poke. You can already tell. Like Kaisa and Victor are just poking out. I would have think just going, if I was mid and Lord Wrath, I would probably just pick something very aggressive mid, probably like an assassin or something, just to make sure that this Victor isn't getting stacks or CS at all. That's what I would think, but Vager's actually a really safe pick here. I think you made the call right. And we do see Echo Jungle. Oh, is this Echo Jungle or
This is
wow.
Echo Jungle. This is Echo Jungle. 100%.
We get Echo Jungle.
We get an Echo Jungle, but I'm not liking the Poppy. I don't think the Poppy fits in with this particular comp. As a matter of fact, the Poppy takes away from this particular comp. But we do see the Poppy being locked in. I would have expected something a little bit different from the top, although TDD has opted to pull that out. And then, yeah, that's what I was expecting TDD to go with, was the Ornn. But instead, they take the Poppy and leave the Ornn for Hard Stuck Gold to come into play. So I was expecting the Ornn from TDD. TDD opted for the Poppy, leaving the opening there for Hard Stuck Gold. So I like Hard Stuck Gold's team comp better. I think the Zaya with the Rakan, with the Sedge, with the Viger, with the Ornn, you have layered CC, you have clear-cut CC angles for Sedge to get early ganks on. As on the TD side, I mean, you got some spiciness, but you kind of got some unsynergistic stuff working. But you tell me what you're expecting to see from TDD. How do they execute this kind of half poke comp they have going on here?
So for TDD, right, it was a very bad pick when you called out for their last pick to for Poppy, but since Heartstuck Gold picked Ornn, that's actually a counter pick right there for Ornn. Ornn's really good if you can play safe or anything like that, but we're seeing that Poppy is the tank killer, right? Poppy, in overall generosity, is the Q's based on their maximum HP. So this is a very good pick. It was looking very bad. Poppy has no, like, you're right about the poke comp, half dive, but this Poppy pick, I think, is just perfectly landed. They think they were expecting them to play a tank. That's perfect. I think TDD, how they played this is let Kaisa Victor poke out. Echo just goes in and just takes out the Zaya, takes out Veigar. We seen Jesus just do it on Viego. You know, he's always in the back line. He's always right there. I think this is a perfect, like, I think this draft is kind of, you know, on Hard Stuck Gold, but I think TD Darkin, we just let them cook. We let them cook to see what happens.
There is a lot of disengage side from Hard Stuck Gold, right? So Echo's going in, the Zaya can ult away from the Echo, put some distance there. You have the box from the Viger, you have the ultimate combo. You have the Rakan able to dive back into the Zaya, and then obviously the Sedge Ultimate. So Hardstock Gold does have the tools here to execute, and really in this particular poke comp setup, we've talked about this before, even off stream. Poke comps inherently are a lot harder to pull off because you don't have that front line, you don't have that front to back capability. If you get caught out and you're picked, you basically put your entire comp at risk because now you're kind of already at a numbers disadvantage, and especially in this case, all they really have is that pseudo tank and the rail, and then the poppy, and then outside of that, it's just the Echo and the Kaisa and the Victor taking a lot of damage there. So again, I think I'm leaning towards Hardstuck Gold's comp here, but you're right. TDD let them cook. That Viego was in a lot of people's faces last game, and we're just gonna have to wait and see. This is game 2. Predictions should be live. You should have a couple more minutes there on predictions. Looking at it real quick, TD Darkin has most of the points in their favor. Nobody is betting on Hardstuck Gold here at this point in time. So we will have to see how this plays out. We are going to take a break before we get into the Rift, and we will be back here in a few minutes.
Yes, we will. All right.
And welcome back to our last game of the evening featuring TDD versus Hard Stuck Gold. We were kind of talking about a little bit here to see if we were going to see anything spicy. It does like it, just again opting for the 5 point. Not surprised.
Yeah, not surprised at all. This is a very tamed game so far. I wanted to see some spice dates, but everyone's been relaxing.
Given the fact of where Hardstuck Gold is, having to play some folks out of position, I can understand not wanting to risk having a bad start and not doing anything crazy early on and just opting for the 5 point. And then, meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, as a Victor player, I do like to see some early spice because that means I can get my abilities enhanced early on, but didn't really have a good setup for it. So again, we are opting just like last time. Both teams have opted to start topside for their jungle, and look, both sides have opted to leash for their jungles.
That's very common things in Gold Elo. Mostly I ping everyone to leave me alone, but that's just me. Oh, big trades mid, very very tame mid. They're just love taps here and there, love taps.
Well, remember the trade favors the Viger early on because he gets stacks for the rest of the game versus the Victor just getting some early HP. So Viger will take that trade all day long.
Mm-hmm. We do see big postures. I do want to talk about rune choices. Both sides. Oh, top lane is just. Oh, I like this top lane a lot. Hook and Bean are just throwing hands. They just wanna go at it. This is the top lane. See, big trades, big trades.
That's what I was gonna say. Hook not to do was go by that wall. Unfortunately, he walked too close, and he was able to get himself a little bit more in trouble than I think he wanted. Rune choices here. Both tops have elected for standard builds. However, I know you want to talk about this.
The rune choices here for Echo, there's little differences here. Dark Harvest is like stuff right there. Sejuani, you have 3. Like, there's so many differences here. Oh, we see a gank happen.
Do you see the Sedge come out? The damage is going onto the Rel. The Rel is alone. They did push the Kaisa out. The Rel is going to get the passive, even though he got flat. He did flash. Passive lands from the Sejuani, and the kill going over to First Blood on the Sejuani. Meanwhile, here comes the return. Damage is coming out. Echo does get the kill on the Sejuani. However, the Kaisa is now in trouble. The lovers are going to town on this Kaisa. The exhaust is out. Kaisa is going to get taken down here in a second. Double kill for the lovers, and both kills going over to the Xayah. So the Echo did roam down there. Unfortunate for him. He did get the kill, but it was going to cost him more than they wanted. And worse, Xayah's got red and blue buffs on her.
That's a very good trade for Heartstuck Gold after the game. The last game here, they're actually turning it up. They want it. Very good. We do just see top lane though. That top lane 1v1. We just see them just clash it out again, and Hook almost got a kill on Bean. That was a very interesting trade right there. Expecting one of them to fall, but Bean being very lucky with the W move, getting out the little trades, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, once again, mid. I'm not a big fan of this particular build on Viger, especially going into a Victor matchup where if you don't take the futures market and you don't take the lost chapter, you are going to get poked out by that Victor, and you are not going to be able to sustain your mana in lane, and then you're going to be forced to blow more mana to get early CS, else you kind of fall behind. So, Wrath, if you're listening, you need to look at the other build on Viger with Lost Chapter and Futures Market, and not these arcane builds that you're going, good sir. But we do see you were talking about a little bit earlier. Hang on one moment. Again, You know, you would think Hook Play would learn probably not go and lean up against that wall. Unfortunately, he does. He gets popped. And again, trading with this Poppy is going to put him in a bad spot.
It's in a very bad spot indeed. We do see top wave is pushed in for Hook, so Hook is not going to be doing anything responsive here. And of course, since we are looking at the item choices here, we do see most of them are going to their basic components here. We do see Noonquiver finished here. And we do see a skirmish here happening to the bot lane here. Echo going in for a gank here, but does not get any out of it.
Sejuani's coming from the side. I don't know if they spotted him early. Sedge is going to miss. However, the passive is going to follow up. He is going to get claimed by the Xayah. The Rakan is going to have to run away. He is very low. The Echo is going to land the return damage. Now, the Echo is on top. He does land the bubble ability. However, Xayah is going to flash forward. She's going to get the double kill. She's going to get the triple kill. And double for Xayah. I thought she got the other kill, but she unfortunately didn't. But 5-0 start from the Xayah this game. She is... Elusive Hunter is just putting on more of a show this game.
He got the ball rolling. He wants... This is, Elusive wants revenge, you know. Last game, he ran at me. Now it's time for me. Oh, we do see
Rell's going to come over and say hi. You know, Elusive Hunter did get a lot of help from Suprup and Sejuani. However, able to get that damage in when needed. Suprup been a great play to get that stun off and avoid the combination there. We do see now Hook play Prey on the run. Here comes the Echo, correctly predicting Jesus Juice, just landing Chrono on top, getting the stun, securing the kill. Down goes Hook, and Poppy now in control of that lane.
Very good stuff from Echo here. Good ganks coming around all around. You know, it's gonna be Echo versus Zafra here for a minute, and we do see support for supportal combat. Oh, nothing happens.
No, nothing happens there. They just said hi to each other. The word's out. They know that they've started here. This is kind of a bad area to be in for them because they don't have like a rotating yet. There he is. He's coming down now, and obviously the Xayah had backed as part of her items. So Xayah does complete Kraken first. So obviously I don't think they're going to try to contest this and put themselves in harm's way. They will just concede it. It is a Cannon Dragon as the first dragon, or Hextech Dragon. So you know, not too crazy there, but we see a rotate immediately, which used to be something they did a lot in their early games. Last league was they would immediately rotate in to the Herald, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like they've opted to go back to lane, and it looks like TDD will immediately start Herald. So a reverse from last game. Last game was going to be the Heartstock Gold and immediately pushing Herald and TDD going to Dragon, and a little bit of reversal here this time around. And you know, this time we got a little bit more kills on the ADC side as opposed to last game as well.
Well, we'll see if Elusive Hunter can actually pull this one out for his team. He's 5-0. He's ready. He's on there, and they are engaging here on the bot side. Oh,
they immediately engage on the Rel. The Rel is rooted, and the team is coming. However, I think they started a little bit early, and unfortunately, they're going to have to pull back there and not get much out of it. Meanwhile, Poppy and Hook still trading, although Poppy is going to win this at this point, and Hook needs to just kind of play into his tower and accept that he's not going to win some of these trades. Poppy does take a tower shot there. We do see the Sedge coming in. The box does come out. The box lands. The combination comes through. The passive lands, and then the ultimate coming out from Viger to finish off the Victor before the Victor could get out there. So did take 2 ults to do it, but it will land. The Chrono is going to come out here and is going to miss, unfortunately. Lover's Quarrel does land on top. Rakan and Xayah, and on top of that, Kaisa. Unfortunately, the Rakan actually did get the kill on that one. He was just cutting her off, right? He was just cutting her off.
It's just what they say, you know. Supports need love too, right? That's all it is. Oh, that was a very interesting part of the sequences right there. Just everyone just brawling out. Lord Wrath finally getting a gank mid from Scarlet. They're giving Hyperion what they want in another trade happening top
Play
lane here.
is running for his life. He is going to get away there. Superb made a great play there. He avoided the Chronosphere, waited it out, and then immediately dove back in and locked down the Kaisa. So support doing support things. Superb really played that one extremely well for his team. Unfortunately, he got the last hit there. We do see the Viger spotting out the Rel. Does not land a box, does not land his combo, and is just going to sit there and play Shadow Games with the ward position. So this does mean that Kaisa is alone. I would expect Serpop maybe to jump on her immediately. I'm kind of shocked he didn't, knowing that the Rel had been spotted out mid. But more damage now coming in from Elusive on this. Will he get this last? Doesn't look like he's going to get that last chip damage on the tower.
Oh, that last.
Did you see Victor and escorted by Echo coming down immediately? Does look like Chronosphere is going up. The ultimate from the Xayah will avoid the damage. So Johnny is here for the 3v4. The Vigar is alone in the mid, opting to push his lane. So I would expect them to just kind of back off, let this come to the tower. Interestingly enough, the Vigar is going to immediately back and not push that and try to take another plate off of mid.
Yes. I do like how for the side of Heartstuck Gold, they're not over rotating. They're giving Lord Wrath time to scale, right? You see how they're trying to force plays here on TD Darkin, which they are doing right now. That's going to be a
get the combo down and a beautiful prey coming out, landing the combination, able to lock down Serpop, and unfortunately his life is taken in the process. But it does leave the Xayah alone. She does root her. However, the Echo is going to flash forward, go into the tower, finish off and get the shutdown. Meanwhile, Sedge is mid, trying to fight Victor. Interesting. I think he was trying to take Wolves and got caught. Herald is out, and this is going to cost a lot of damage on bot here on this particular tower with how that played out. So a good adjustment from TDD, hanging around there on bot, ensuring they got the kill, and then the Echo diving into the tower to make sure they got the second kill, although Xayah almost got the Kaisa. We do see the recall almost being stopped by the Rakan. Unfortunately, he was not able to stop it. However, we do now see Sejuani now stealing Echo's buff in the meantime, and we do see Rel immediately with Kaisa in the mid lane. And I'm not certain if they're going to keep that or if they're going to rotate. It does look like they're going to rotate back bottom. The Rel does flash forward. However, the Vigar was able to get the box into play and avoid being stun locked and having the Kaisa on top of him. It does get a little poke damage in there. So again, here we are. Dragon is started. This is going to be spotted out, and Ornn is also in position here. So this is going to be a really bad spot for TDD if they stay in there. It does look like they are trying to pull off. However, Sedge is not here, so they need to pull this dragon out, give Sedge time. Looks like they're doing just that. And now the entire team is here. Echo was trying to get a steal in position. However, he wasn't. Rel is able to knock everybody up, but Rel is alone and is going to die. Meanwhile, Rakan, Serpop was going to go in again, but the Echo and the Kaisa were just able to get out of range. Ornn going to teleport back up top, and immediately Poppy is going to ult him away and say thank you for stopping by.
That's a very good Poppy out here. We do see a lot of items being completed though. Everyone's getting their corset there. We do see a Heartsteel Poppy here. Thoughts, Astro. Thoughts.
I don't want to. I don't like it. I that's all I'm gonna say. You know what? I'm gonna say I don't like it, and I'm gonna immediately switch and say, thank you, Lord Wrath, for taking the Ludens on the Vigar and not taking the Everfrost. Thank you very much for taking the Ludens. I will just say that and get that out the way. I'm not even gonna comment on the pop.
We do see Sejuani doesn't opt into the Heartsteel build either. Radiant Virtue is actually the one item that's very the one item that everyone builds, the meta build that everyone builds. Echo, by the way, if this is going to be portable into Nashers too, we're going to see Echo just start rolling this down more and more. I'm interested if Kaisa is going to build Rageblade, Luden's Echo, or Leandries, just because of LS. LS mentions a lot that Leandries is better for tankier targets. Sejuani, Orin are the big tankier ones, so we're going to see that. You see the
Here comes Poppy. Thought she was going to walk away. However, the entire team is on top of her. They do allow the elusive hunter to claim the kill on the Poppy. Well done from the team there, holding and just allowing elusive to finish off that kill. So now the Rel is probably not going to want to stay there. Herald is started from Hard Stuck Gold, and it does look like they are going to concede. However, wisely, they immediately rotated to mid and took a tower. So even though they had to concede it, they did take an objective out of there, and they look like they are trying to push forward. Victor is kind of in an interesting spot. He is going to eat a lot of damage from the Viger with the combo inside the box. However, he does have help here if Lord Wrath pushes forward, and Lord Wrath does push forward and immediately gets chronoed and taken out. Unfortunately for Wrath, he didn't have any vision there. He didn't know what was coming. And so he just walked through thinking he was going to get some more harassment on Victor. So unfortunately, once again, picking on Raph, knowing that he's not really a mid player, he's more of a top player, and kind of taking small advantages where they can there. So unfortunately for Wrath, he does get caught, but rest assured, that is your first death. You're playing a lot better this game. Shrug that one off and just continue moving forward. Interestingly enough, even with 10-7 in kills and 2 dragons, blue team is TDD's up 1k gold.
Oh yeah, they have been just powering up right here. Ooh, the engage. Poppy just showing that it's more dominant. That's a very bold thing to do for Sejuani here, pulling the way for your top laner, or for your laners. That's such a big thing to do.
He pulled the wave, but he paid for it. Like he ate a lot of damage from that Poppy. He lost a lot of his farm in the process. But it does allow Raph to get over here, and Poppy is going to take a little bit more damage. Poppy does ult the Viger away to try to get some more damage in on his tower. And we do see hovering from the Sejuani here. But I don't think they're going to get to this Poppy.
Unfortunately, Lord Wrath's been eating all the no getaway ults recently, Poppy ults and everything. That's very sad for Lord Wrath for this game at least. We do see just big pokes in there and engage here for Poppy.
Fortunately, Wrath again gets the same way. He is going to flash. He is running for his life. This Poppy is chasing. This Poppy is going to flash in. Is the box going to get him in time? Does the box come out? He does not get the box out. He's not getting the box. No, he missed it. He is now running for his life. The Echo is there. Collects the kill. Now we see Rel being called out with the lovers on top. Rakan, Serpup is sitting here on top. Xayah is coming in. Serpup is going to dive, knock up onto the Victor. The damage continues. He dives back in. The Xayah is going to town on the Rel. The Rel is going to fall here any second. The Victor is going to layer his CC to stop the chase further. But Serpup just doing work for his ADC, able to knock up and give Xayah enough time to catch back up into the fight, securing the kill on the Rel. Xayah is now 7-1, and Hard Stuck Gold will again start the dragon here. Almost at 20 minutes. 3 dragons this time on this side. Does not look like there is going to be any contest on this dragon. And meanwhile, up top, we'll just see the Echo take a little bit of Sedge's jungle as dragon tax.
Oh yeah, that's slow point too. For Hard Stuck Gold there, they just need one more for Soul, and then Elder is up. We do see.
So we do see that as soon as he missed that box, the Echo punished it. Wrath, you kind of want to hold that a little bit more, especially when you're alone in the mid like that for that exact reason, and not try to just use the box willy-nilly to pull some insanity out, especially with Echo still having his ultimate, sir. Need to be a little bit more patient with your box placement. We do see him moving over as a team this time to mid. rather than going ahead and continuing on with their 3-1-1. But now it does look like he's grabbed the buff and he's just going to move back in position. I think that was more Wrath not understanding what he's supposed to be doing on Viger and just kind of roamed in the wrong lane there for a bit, but course corrected. Now we do see the lovers in the middle. Sedge is going to move into, looks like, look and see where if this Poppy's going to go for the Ornn again. And just kind of hover here for the second. He does know that the Poppy has been spotted out. However, he's going to walk over here and award in a second and let Poppy know where he's at. So we do see the Echo way deep into this jungle. And again, Wrath is going to be in a position where he's going to get punished for this, I think, in a second. Yep, here comes the Echo. Here comes the Victor combination. And once again, Wrath is down. So unfortunately, Wrath is playing out of position. I would like to see Scarlet giving him more cover to prevent what just kind of happened to him the last two times. But unfortunately, here comes now the fight mid. The teleport is coming out from both teams. The Poppy is here as well. Poppy is going to get on top of the Chronospear. He is going to land the follow-up damage, but oh my goodness, the Xayah damage is strong. The Ornhorn comes out. Rel is going to secure the kill on the poor little old lady, but here comes the teleport. Ornn is on the run. The Poppy is going to secure the Lover's Coral into the corner, and unfortunately, just not able to get enough damage out here. Meanwhile, the Viger finally gets to the fight. He is going to get a kill, but now it is 3v1. The Viger is going to fall to the Echo, and what looked like could have been a great combination there turns into disaster due to the positioning placement from the Echo and the Victor. So well done from the initial contact. The Victor ult layered on top managed to really disrupt the position there, and it took out the Sedge and did a number on that Ornn. And then the damage just coming out wasn't enough without the Viger there. So unfortunately for them, the damage just wasn't enough without the Viger getting caught early, and it is going to cost them that Baron.
Oh, that was a very interesting sequence right there. 5v4, a lot of CC layering, just not enough to pull through right there. Unfortunately, even with Elusive's lead right there, the feathers weren't set up into that kind of fight, so the feather pullback didn't really hit as much. And you just see the time comes out. You just see the Kai'Sa was just scaling up with Lethal Temple and just taking it slow, taking all the tanks down right there. We do see that Kai'Sa doesn't buy Nasher Tooth second item, buys Rage Blade. Very interesting. Usually buy Nasher Tooth second, then third item is Mythic, but Rage Blade is also one of the ways he can go to a second item. Doesn't really matter as long as you get your 3 core items. We're going to see that. We do see Gale Force on Xayah, so Xayah's not going to be going the Navori build. The Navori build's more popular now due to just getting that, and do you see action happening
Victor
top
is
lane?
chasing this Viger. Unfortunately, he does catch the last part of the box and does allow for the Viger to flash and get away. However, Wrath is being pushed all the way to his tower immediately. We do see kind of, again, the 3-1-1 setup. But again, Sedge Scarlet is more on the bottom side, and Wrath is kind of alone here on this top side on here. So I don't want to see that reverse. I want to see Scarlet playing more towards the Viger side, give him the support. They know that they've been picking on him. But Soul Dragon coming up, and this time TDD is now going to be in position. So Sedge is able to get the flash out of the Victor. However, now they know that the Sedge has just shown himself there. They are immediately going to push directly into the pit, and they are going to melt this dragon before anything can be done. So kind of interesting there. They can see the dragon. Yes, they do have the Ornn and the Viger for scaling. So yeah, it's not a huge big deal here. But can Wrath get this? He does manage to land it, and he does get his combination out. He is able to land some damage on a Victor. However, now he's being chased by this Victor. He knows that the ultimate is coming out. However, he is able to go golden and stay safe for the moment, but Echo is going to immediately land his cue and say thank you for playing.
That-
We do see the Ornn now being chased by the Poppy. The Ornn really can't fight the Poppy at this point, and so Hook is just going to kind of walk away there, and Poppy is going to say thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a very big no-no right there. That's just very unfortunate. Echoes, by the way, it has 24 stacks of Magi's and has a death cap. He is looking for, he's out for blood. He's looking to tally the numbers up, and people in the grave. Oh, elusive.
Elusive is out of position. He does not have the help. Jesus comes up, takes the Xayah, looks at the Rakan, and says, I'll have a Coke. That is your movie quote right there. We'll see if anybody knows that particular quote and what movie that is from.
I'll have a Coke. Even I don't know this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyways, back to the game. They're just sieging bot here. TD Darkin, they're not afraid just to siege here. Group us a 5-man. This is what Heartstuck Ghost Comp wants to do. Ball up and become the death ball, but instead the Poke Comp here for TD Darkin are doing that.
They are pushing way forward. Wrath is alone in that tower. He is getting beat down by the Echo, and meanwhile the rest of the team backed off, and poor Lord Wrath just stayed there with an Echo. Wrath, you cannot be there. You know the Echo has a reset and can dive a tower whenever he feels like it, and just gets absolutely pummeled for that. TD Darkin, they started down 3k gold. They started down in kills. Now we're 27 minutes in. They have a 9k gold lead. They now have their first dragon. They've got a 3k gold lead, and Echo is just going absolutely crazy. Like you said before, let him cook, and he is cooking.
Oh yeah, we do see finally Ornn 27 minutes in, second item completed. Hook has been not having a great time. That's the first Ornn upgrade item that you get at 14 to yourself. This is looking very rough for on that side for EXP wise for this Ornn, trying to get the items spikes up for his teammates. We do see a pick here coming up for Poppy, trying to go on Ornn here. The big tank battle once again happening. Just more posturing, just a little more love tats for grab.
Just more posturing, but meanwhile, it looks like they are going to set up for the immediate Baron vision here. I would have liked to see them post up past the Baron and immediately gone for a pick on the Rel, rather than just settling for Baron. I think they could have picked that Rel off when Rel came forward by herself, but the rest of the team wasn't in position. So now we're going to see this Echo, who's very, very scary, come along on the side lanes here and have the ability to really hit at the Zweiger or the Xayah if he really wants to. Meanwhile, again, we've gone back into the Ornn is going to get some help. The Ornn Horn is out. It is going to miss. The Poppy is going to ult the Viger back because the Viger did miss the box. So that's going to cost them an ultimate on each side. Meanwhile, mid is being pushed, and now TDD is going to start running away. The box comes out. It does land. Victor is golden for the time being. The Lover's Quarrel is going to kill him in a second. The Ornn secures the kill. Sedge is on top of the Echo. He is with the Rel. Meanwhile, Poppy is going to land his Q. And now we at least have a situation where we do have a 5v4 if they want to continue. However, health bars are low from the side of Heartstuck Gold, and they are going to back off and allow for Dragon to be started here. So even though they have the advantage, they want to fight. It's going to cost them Dragon.
Yeah, that was a very interesting boatload of fight there. The pick happened. I would have thought Echo would have ulted there for damage. Echo could have ulted right on top Xayah and Rakan at one point right there. That would have been a game changer fight right there, and TD Darkin could have turn the possibilities of just winning that. But being safe is better than being sorry. So very good play there for them.
He had the ultimate. He had the Zonias. I'm kind of shocked he didn't do it. I think he hesitated. He could have had the double kill there. Honestly, I think he's got the damage. He would have killed it. But we do see instead they just do claim the second dragon and get that back under control. We passed the 30-minute mark. Looks like still about an 8.5K gold lead. And we do see Wrath now being chased all over the place. He does land a little bit of a combination there, and then he is immediately killed. So, Wrath unfortunately caught out again, and now this puts them in position to start this Baron. And I don't really think, outside of a suicide squeeze from Sedge, that they're going to be able to do anything about it. So Chrono is going to miss. Sedge is hanging around. He is going to go in. He is going to try to steal. However, steal doesn't work. Lever's Coral is coming out. Sedge is all alone. Xayah is not there. He does flash. Here comes the Echo to collect the kill, and the damage is going to come out. The Ornhorn is going to come out and land on 2, but they are on the run. They do not want to be here. Here comes the damage coming out from the Poppy. Poppy is going to get collected. Elusive Hunter is going to get the double kill. Ornn is still soaking the damage from the Kaisa. He is running away with his life. He is going to get out just barely. So Xayah able to collect and get 2 kills, kind of get back off. Ornn was able to put enough damage onto the Echo and the Kaisa to keep them from getting there. But they are on the run. The Kaisa does ultimate. She does chase down and kill Rakan. I don't know if they see her. He's looking.
Oh, the Q
is out. The Q is out, and down goes Xayah. Oh no!
What a beautiful play for this Echo, just hunting her down. That elusive. Oh, Xayah thought it was safe. Oh, the hunt, the man chase.
The horrors, poor Xayah. Unfortunately, was not able to get away. The box comes down. The Echo is going to ult on top with the Chronosphere. He is going to get away. Sedge is taking a ton of damage here, as is the Viger. He is going to ultimate on top. However, the Echo is just going to back off there and stay pretty safe. So Echo, playing with fire. He is low. His ultimate's down. His Zonia's down. His Magi's is still fully stacked. But cooking is what we said. Cooking is what he's doing. And now, here we go. The chase is on. Victor goes golden. The damage is coming out. The Ornn is going to miss his combination. The Sedge is going to miss his combination. And the Echo just continuously pokes with his Q and is walking away.
Will we see a re-engage from TD Darkin?
Oh my goodness. The Victor does catch the Viger. Wrath is forced to go golden. The Chronosphere is out though. Wrath is collected by the Victor. Poppy is going to knock the Sedge into the wall. Poppy is going to go down. Xayah is kiting for his life, but he is going to get taken out here momentarily. Double kill from the Poppy. Last man standing with the Rakan is the Ornn. Triple kill to the Poppy. And this looks like this is going to be game here in a second. Hard Stuck Gold is going to get bullied around by TD and lose this game. Great effort. 33 minutes. But unfortunately, just not enough.
Like I said, let TD cook! Let him cook! That's a
I feel
really
I feel rough. There's a wave of emotions here. Hook playing the poor Ornn and kind of behind there and farm along with Raph just continuously getting picked on for mispositions or just general kind of getting just ganked continuously by this Echo. And then Elusive Hunter, the bot got a great start. You liked what you saw from them early. Just unfortunately, Wrath got picked on. Echo was able to just then pretty much take control of that game. So you look at I'm kind of curious now. I want to see the damage numbers, but man, oh man, yeah, that the Echo first in damage for his team, but Elusive Hunter, I mean, he had almost 40k damage. Just unfortunately, couldn't get it done in the end.
It was a very unfortunate match. Of course Heartstock Gold had this from early to mid. They had the ups, they had the items. I think that I think during those mid game skirmishes, they really didn't push their leads. They had that early game up. I was expecting them to take the dragon. I was expecting them to take the herald, push their lead, excel them, but then again they didn't really do that. They just kind of just sat there. They let their leads kind of die down a bit, but they were still pushing it as much as they can. But it was more of like the decision making they could have done. They should have taken more of the bigger their item, with Zaya hitting item spikes, having Kraken first 10 minutes. Kraken was open. Like they should have just been throwing the Zaya around, having more rotational with that.
Yeah, I think that kind of comes around with what we were talking about. Wrath kind of playing out of position. He did get himself in some kind of interesting precarious positions. That kind of I think ultimately kind of was, I hate to say it, but caused just them to not be able to do some of the things they wanted to do. Had he not get caught, I think they could have pushed a little bit further, but unfortunately, the Echo just sitting on top of that Viger waiting for him, and then the Poppy just on top and ready to pounce and kill and take it to the ore in every fight. So with that game, what that does in terms of standings, though, is it's going to move TD Darkin and tie them now with Hardstock Gold at six wins, 6 losses apiece. So now they're caught up. And then on the other side of the fence, it looks like GG Business Time is now 11-1, and Clinical's now 9-1. So now GG Business Time is in first place, and it looks like some of the other games are still going on there. So valiant effort from Hardstock Gold. Having Hook come in and play the top. We know that Hook is a very versatile player. He's a support main, playing out of position top. We know Lord Matt Wrath is a top main, playing mid. And at this point, I can't even begin to tell you what Elusive Hunter is. I literally have seen the guy play every single position, I think. At some point in league play, I've seen him play top. I've seen him play mid. I've seen him play jungle. I've seen him play support and ADC. So, they kind of flex picks around, and they had a great comp going into that second game, and unfortunately, just some key mistakes cost them that game, which is a very winnable game. So, kudos to them for putting up a good fight with all the shuffling they had to do to make it work. But TD Darkin, you loved what you saw from jungle. The Echo was just game changing. De Viego was played really well. So of course, you as a jungle player, as a jungle man, are gonna love the fact that he played the Echo and the Viego and was able to really put his stamp on these games.
Oh yeah, just I'm just very I actually really like TD Darkin, Jesus Juice. Thank you for picking very bold picks. We don't really see Echo much as often as we want to. We do see Viego everywhere, but you executing those champions are very great. I do wanna give to Heartstuck Gold's 2 jungler. Uh Oh, I forgot. Scarlet. Yes.
Scarlet.
Sorry. I keep forgetting they swap their lineups a lot. So, well, I do want to give Scarlet for picking the Graves. It was like and Sejuani. Those are like very common picks that we don't really see as much. Well, Sejuani we do, Sejuani Viego we do, but Graves we don't. And seeing them execute champions like at these that cost like very high execution for higher plays and everything like that. Just to see them play it here again in this league, it's very amazing for me at least.
Happy. Well, it has been a pleasure with you casting, Lala. I hope to be able to cast with you again in the future. I am Master Glider, again, producer Soulkeeper this evening, and then Lala Land has joined me. We thank you for watching these games tonight, and hope to see you next week on the Rift.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see you guys again. Yeah, thank you for letting me thank you for letting me co-host you. Thank you so much, by the way.